After the 2 Chinese warships sailed out, Cambodia's worries disappeared, and the time for digging the Grand Canal has been determined. Since the Mekong River estuary has always been in the hands of Vietnam, Cambodia has never had a gateway to develop an export-oriented economy. Cambodia finally chose to find China, and the 2 countries jointly negotiated the Chong Funan Canal. However, since the canal itself has touched the cake of some regional countries and Western countries, its progress has not been smooth. But with the 2 Chinese Navy warships sailing out of Cambodia's Ream port in late May 2024, Cambodia's worries disappeared instantly, and the time for digging the Grand Canal was also determined. Let us take a closer look in this video. Because of its special geographical location, Cambodia has great difficulties in foreign trade exports. If it wants to expand its foreign economy, it must rely on Vietnam's transportation routes. After all, it is short of money. Because it needs Vietnam, Vietnam seizes this handle and charges high tolls every time, and Cambodia often spends more than it earns. Cambodia is a coastal country, but it really lacks an outlet to the sea. Because of this problem, its economic development has been relatively backward, and it has relatively few contacts with other neighboring countries. It must also rely on the Mekong River waterway in Vietnam. Vietnam takes advantage of Cambodia's weakness and arbitrarily charges high tolls. Cambodia believes that if it wants to truly develop its national economy, it can no longer rely on others. If the fate of the country is in the hands of others, how can it talk about development? So Cambodia decided to prepare to build its own Grand Canal, named the Chong Funan Grand Canal. The Grand Canal is 180 kilometers long, spans 4 provinces, and covers a population area of 1.6 million. This project is extremely important, and it is impossible for Cambodia alone to complete it, so they found China for help. The Cambodian Prime Minister asked China for help with the highest respect, and China readily agreed. But it is not just charity. The construction project of the Chong Funan Canal is obviously a mutually beneficial and win-win situation. Before agreeing to the request, China made it clear to Cambodia. China has the right to collect the ship fees of the canal. And 50 years later, the final management of the canal will be fully handed over to its debt. Another point is that the Chong Funan Canal can also open up the channel from China's Longsong River and Mekong River to the Gulf of Thailand. It is more convenient to make the connection between China's southwest region and navigation more frequent, and it also increases China's foreign export trade opportunities. From any angle, the construction of the Chong Funan Canal is of great benefit to China and Cambodia, and it is a completely mutually beneficial and win-win effect. The communication between China and Cambodia has always been a positive response to the negotiation, and it has been smooth in the process of mutual communication between the 2 sides. Seeing that it is about to be finalized, China has also expressed its cooperative attitude and is ready to invest $1.7 billion to build the canal. If nothing unexpected happens, it will be implemented in August this year. Although the cooperation between the 2 parties was a done deal, it was not so easy to implement. Doubts and obstacles came from all sides. As soon as the cooperation between China and Cambodia in building the Grand Canal was announced, everyone was scrambling to get involved. Some people maliciously speculated on China's idea of helping Cambodia, distorted China's purpose of helping Cambodia, and were maliciously interpreted. Some people say that China will not help Cambodia for no reason. On the surface, it is mutually beneficial and win-win, but in fact Cambodia has become a pawn of China. If Cambodia is not careful, it will be burdened with debts that cannot be repaid. It is said to be helping, but it is actually controlling. But how could Cambodia doubt China's sincere intention to cooperate because of these rumors? It knows that China has helped itself, and it will never speculate on China's thoughts in this way. Among these malicious speculations, the rumors spread by Western countries are the most outrageous. Western countries have always indirectly shown that the real purpose of China's help to Cambodia in building the Chong Funan Canal is to deploy military bases in Cambodia. And it also claims that China wants to take this opportunity to approach the Cambodian border to further expand its influence. In the eyes of Western countries, any move by China may be linked to expanding its influence. Western countries have always been afraid of China's expanding influence and have tried to hinder China's various actions. There is another reason why Western countries are jumping up and down, that is, Western powers have participated in the construction of Southeast Asia in recent years. Therefore, they only allow themselves to get involved in some cooperative construction in Southeast Asia and do not allow China and Cambodia to cooperate. In fact, the construction of the Grand Canal hindered the West's purpose of extending its hands to Southeast Asian countries, so they came up with a way to point the finger at China. However, in the face of Western countries' rumors about China, Cambodia stood up at the first time to express its belief in China. No country is allowed to hinder the purpose of win-win cooperation between the two sides, and it is stated that cooperation is completely voluntary. Cambodia's behavior is a trust in China and a firm commitment to win-win cooperation. However, seeing that Western countries are opposed to the cooperation between China and Cambodia to build the Grand Canal, Vietnam also started its own tricks. And if the canal built by China and Cambodia is completed, Cambodia will not use Vietnam's roads to conduct foreign trade. So Vietnam will not have the opportunity to charge tolls, which will also cause certain losses to Vietnam's economy. But Vietnam has found a very good excuse for itself. Vietnam requires China and Cambodia to make all construction information public and transparent to the Vietnam Mekong River Commission in order to investigate whether the construction of this canal will affect the ecological environment. On the surface, obtaining construction information on the grounds of protecting the environment is actually hindering China's cooperation with Cambodia. Western countries also took the opportunity to sing the same tune and express their demand for openness and transparency. This time the reason is whether the construction of the canal will affect the water resources of other countries. However, in the face of so many obstacles, Cambodian leader Hun Manet still responded to them one by one. He insisted that the canal excavation project would never affect the water flow, and Cambodia, Vietnam and China are all friends and cooperative relations, and there is no conspiracy. It is obviously a cooperation between the two countries, but now it has become an explanation to other countries facing the world. What is the reason? Originally, the excavation of the Chong Funan Grand Canal has only benefits and no disadvantages, which is obvious to all. China will never allow other countries to make malicious speculations and sow discord. In an interview with the Global Times, it was righteously stated that this is a problem between China and Cambodia, and other countries are not allowed to get involved. The canal was excavated for economic development, not for other intentions. I hope everyone will not look at people with tinted glasses. Cambodia's economic development is very likely to drive Southeast Asia and even the world. Of course, just talking cannot dispel the idea of other countries to hinder, and actions must be taken to shut up other countries. Since it is questioned, then use practical actions to dispel the doubts of other countries. In December last year, the Chinese Navy sent 2056A warships to Cambodia to participate in military exercises. They did not return in a short time, but were said by the United States to set up a military base in Cambodia. In May this year, the Golden Dragon 2024 joint military exercise between China and Cambodia began. During the military exercise, China sent the naval training ship Qi Jiguang and the Type 071 landing ship Jinggangshan to carry participating troops. Through this military exercise, China's strong military strength was demonstrated. 2 ships were sent last year and 2 more this year. How important is this? The Cambodian side was very pleased and felt great friendship. China attaches great importance to this military exercise, so it sent warships to cooperate in the exercise. This is to announce to the world and to opponents of digging the Grand Canal that this is a matter between China and Cambodia, and a third country is absolutely not allowed to comment on it. This exercise is even larger in scale, not only with confrontational links, but also with military machinery transportation, maritime training, and other types. In today's context, the United States and other countries have also wisely withdrawn their opposition. They originally wanted to sow discord, but watched the friendship between China and Cambodia become more profound. Seeing that the United States, the Thai, had quietly withdrawn, Vietnam naturally would not say anything more. So with the second entry of 2 Chinese ships into Cambodia, Cambodia completely put down its worries this time, and the excavation project of the Grand Canal has been put on the agenda. China provided financial and technical support for it, further promoting its cooperative relationship with Cambodia. As the saying goes, more friends mean more roads, which is also applicable in the international situation. The cooperation between China and Cambodia in excavating the canal is of great significance to the 2 countries. Now it only affects the economy, and it is likely to be transformed into a political influence in the future. And the successful construction of the canal can greatly improve Cambodia's status in the world and solve its own economic and trade export problems. It does not have to rely on Vietnam and pay high export fees. It allows Cambodia to have a stronger foothold in Southeast Asia, and it is also an opportunity for the world to recognize China's huge influence. There will be more and more cooperation in the future, so that other countries will trust China more and promote the connection between countries. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more great content. See you next time.